Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And out of bounds all the way down. Come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. But tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Play action. Now Jackson. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown. Jahan Dotson. 75 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Steps away. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 37.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Herbert will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Down the right sideline. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Jonathan Taylor. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. So roughing the passer, and they get the safety there.
And this is one I think where the safeties usually got to come a long way. So sometimes it's tough for them to slow down that momentum. That's going to draw the flag more times than not.
Jackson will keep it, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Lamar Jackson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor.
And this is going to be intercepted. And some room to work. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there.
Here we go. 319.
And now they'll take a knee here. And my partner now is speechless, and so am I. And down to a knee. Well, that's one option. You talk about this Washington defense. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And surprisingly, they take a knee. I have no idea why they would take a knee, but they take a knee. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. You know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
53, check 53. Watch the out, watch the out.
And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Second and a couple.
We got it. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Here we go.
Again, it's Taylor. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be let's go. Finish up. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Out left to Dotson. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 6. Jackson now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Second down, they go back to Herbert. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Herbert making a nice play there, coming off a 700-yard campaign, despite making just 1 start in 2022. Played a big part in the Bears becoming the 5th team in NFL history to rush for 3,000 yards in a season.
Here we go. 331, 331. Easy. Tighten up.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen.
Here we go, son.
On 3rd down, Herbert. A nice run leaves them just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot?
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. To get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 56 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Give him 30 yards there.
When you get into the 2nd half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. De'Ami Brown, from 3 yards out. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On the option left is Fields. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Being chased out left. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bears' first down. The defense a little lax there. They give up 9 on 4th and 4.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Able to fight through one tackle. Whoa! It still won't go down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
On 1st down, Fields. Flush to his right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Commanders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's set a tone, fellas.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They run once more with Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Throwing again is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
2nd and 10. One play action. Fields on the move to his left. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run here with Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick's away. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
1st and 10, Taylor now. He'll get this to about the 38.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Jackson. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Commander's going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That was a corner blitz, and it was Kyler Gordon getting in there for the sack. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot and trying to get it outside.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Terrell Lewis It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Pass complete to Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
His throw complete right side to Bates, the tight end. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Buying time to his left. It's caught inside the 25.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They run with a former Panther. It's Deontay Foreman. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
Here we go, son. 222, 222.
Again, it's Homer. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a